Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma. Today we are going to do an escape room. I know that might seem a little bit weird in my current setup, which is purely computer game focused. Somebody has designed a cool fan-made digital escape room that is Harry Potter themed, and I think that's pretty cool. I'll put a link down below so you can check it out yourselves, and yeah, we're gonna give it a try. I am still stuck at home. I want to do things that are fun and different, and I am ready to escape. I have no idea what to expect. It's free, incidentally, so whatever it's like, it's free. Welcome to Hogwarts. It's your first year at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, and you could not be more excited. You were just sorted into your dream house, Slytherin, and you had dinner with your new classmates. It's time to head back to the common room and get to know your roommates. As you head into the cozy room, the house prefect announced that you have a fun team building activity to complete before you get too settled into your new digs. The house prefect tells you about a new muggle trend where they lock themselves in rooms and have to answer puzzles to get out. No magic at all. Next thing you know, the room is completely dark and you hear a door slam. You and your roommates are now in a bright circular room with a single door that has a bunch of numbers on the handle. One of your roommates is Muggle-born and has done an escape room before, so they quickly take the lead, explaining that you have to look around for clues. You all search your robes, but none of you can find your wands. And presumably because we just joined Hogwarts, we also don't know any magic. As you search for clues, you notice there is a poster on the wall and a small wooden table in the middle of the room. On the table you see a strange, thin black rectangle. You pick it up and it says swipe up to open. After several failed attempts you are able to swipe up, but it is just blank. It's a mobile phone. I feel like if we're setting this in 2020, even the magic kids are still going to know what a mobile phone is. Like, you can't play mobile games with flu powder. Wait, little bubbles are beginning to appear. The bubbles seem to be a conversation. Shannon, are you done reading those books yet? Shannon's on 11% battery, that's very upsetting. What books? I need to borrow them when you're done. Sizzling Scales, a collection of daring dragon poetry by Fiery Foe, magical maps and the art of not getting lost by Conpass. Sizzling Scales and magical maps. How are the bubbles and this poster connected? And then there's a picture of the Dewey Decimal System. Dragon rhymes and maps. Is it something to do with the Dewey Decimal System, or is this a random unrelated What number combination do you try? Oh, I feel like I should have read that more properly before I skip to the next page. Are we adding up the Dewey Decimal System things? Okay, poetry and a map. The map's got to be geography, right? Which is 900. And poetry... literature? So... 1700? Maybe? The door opens! Oh, thank goodness. I don't like maths puzzles because I don't like maths and I'm bad at it, I'm sorry. You and your roommates are proud that you were able to solve this silly puzzle. As you walk through the doorway, you're temporarily blinded by a bright light. The door shuts behind you and you take a moment to adjust to your new surroundings. Ooh, you're surrounded by piles and piles of wizard money and the coins shine brightly, reflecting the torchlight from the walls. Ooh. As you continue to explore the vault, you find a table with a pair of scales. Each scale is tilted to one side with coins in the tray, while the other side is empty. We have to balance the scales. Oh no, it's more maths puzzles! You and your friends take a moment to remind yourself how many nuts are in sickles and how many sickles are in a galleon. Hell's bells. Okay, so now we need to... There's a link to a wiki article to help us. Okay, so there's 7 galleons in one of the trays. And there are 17 sickles in a galleon. So 17 by 7, 70, 49, 119? Okay. Oh, I think we did it right. I thought maybe it was wrong, but I think it might be okay. You place 119 sickles on the scale and wait. After a moment, the room begins to rumble and you can feel the floor shaking. It stops. You and your friends decide to balance the next scale. The second scale holds 2 galleons and 2 sickles in a tray. How many nuts should you place on the... How many of your nuts should you place on the tray to balance the scale? Okay. So, 2 galleons and 2 sickles. There are 493 nuts to a galleon, which is... Don't judge me, I'm going to get a calculator. We've got a mobile phone, I'm going to assume we've got a calculator on it. 493 times 2. 986 nuts is 2 galleons. And then there were 2 sickles. And there are 29 nuts in a sickle. So... 986. 1044. Fingers crossed. The floor begins shaking again and a hole opens, swallowing you and your friends. Moments later, you all land in desks in a classroom. This sounds fun! I'm so into this! The classroom doesn't look like any of the ones you saw on your tour at Hogwarts. You and your friends explore the room but only find locked doors, some papers, and a large desk with a strange lock on the drawer. The lock has arrows in 4 directions and a mechanism in the middle you can move. Your one friend recognises it as a directional lock that only moves up, down, left and right. Maybe the papers hold a clue how to open this lock. You and your friends take a moment to look through the papers you found. Several copies of the same 2 papers, a list of spells to study, and then some of them are highlighted. Wand motions with arrows. Maybe the wand movements and spells are a clue. So this is telling us Stupefy, Ascendia, Lumos and Nox. So Stupefy... Stupefy is like this. Which is like down and right. Ascendia... or Ascendio is down and up. Down, right, down, up. Or maybe it's just the way the arrow is pointing. In which case it would be right up. It's 4, so it's probably 1 each, so I'm going to say it's where the arrow is pointing, which would be right, up, Lumos. Oh yeah, because Lumos is up. Right, up, up. And then Nox is down. Right, up, down. You push the mechanism right, up, down. You pull down on the lock and it opens! The arrows and the 4 highlighted spells opened the lock. You're able to open the drawer and inside there's a single book. You and your friends all reach for the book. I'm so glad I've made friends on my first day at Hogwarts. The book is a portkey! You're all in a dim room with a small cot. It feels cold and damp. You hear the lapping of water and there are bars on one wall. Are you in Azkaban? Probably not, right? They wouldn't transport us to actual Azkaban. You can't operate in and out of Azkaban anyway, right? Portkeys can't work. It's just set up by the prefects to look cool. You and your friends slide open the barrel door and begin walking around the building. There are rows and levels of cells for prisoners, but you don't see any Dementors. As you make your way outside, you find a sign that tells you where you are. Alcatraz? Alcatraz? You find your roommate tells you that it is a famous Muggle prison in the United States that was supposed to be impossible to escape from, but now it's a park that people visit and tour during the day. Okay, we've been transported to Alcatraz. And you can see a boat leaving the small island. It must have been the last tour group for the day. You and your roommates head back inside to explore and see what else you can find. You find a large room and a sign that tells you this was the prison library when it held inmates long ago. In it, you find empty bookshelves, a map, and papers with weather information on them. The weather papers list the highest and lowest recorded temperatures for each state in the USA. Don't be another maths puzzle! You continue to explore and only come across one locked area, another cell with combination locks. The metal bars are kept closed with the help of 2 locks that can only be opened with certain numbers and letters. One lock is red, the other is blue. As it grows darker, you notice a blue glow coming from outside. You decide to go check it out. You follow the light to a building, but the building is barely a building at all. The walls are mostly crumbled, the roof is gone, grass and weeds have reclaimed ground to make a soft floor. There is a small metal tube that the blue light is coming from. Your friend explained the tube is a flashlight, for certain clothes and colours shine extra bright with the flashlight. Your friend shouts, "It's a black light!" So our friend grew up in the Muggle world. They tell you that black lights can illuminate things that the naked eye cannot see. You notice glowing socks and blue teeth. You all decide to go back inside and see if any new clues appear. First, you go back to the locked bars and see if the black light reveals anything there. You shine it around, but nothing new appears. You decide to go back to the mostly empty library. As you re-enter the library, you find the writing is illuminated across the floor. The highest high and the lowest low are only just a part of the show. Look to the map to guide your way, or else locked up forever you'll stay. Not an amazing poet, but I'll forgive it. It's a good puzzle. I do like a puzzle. Highest high and the lowest low are only a part of the show. Look to the map. As you shine the black light over the map, 2 arrows appear. Oh no, it's going to require me to know what American states are. That's brutal. I'm going to need to Google this. How are the map and lists of high and low temperatures connected? The highest high and the lowest low. What combination could it be? So there's the record low and there's the record high. Now we need to figure out what states these are. United States. It's not my fault. Harry Potter comes from the UK. I'm an English person. I don't know which state is which on a map. Right, here we go. Here's a map. Idaho? Is that Idaho? The sort of pointy thin bit? Yeah, okay, that's Idaho. I don't know when he's angry with me. I'm doing my best. And I'm learning something new. And that one is... Let's see, what shape is that? It's under the bit with the sort of pointy bit. South Carolina, I think. South Carolina and Idaho. So, Idaho, record low is -60. And South Carolina, -22. So that's -82. And then the record high, I'm going to put that in my calculator actually so I don't forget it. -82. The record high for Idaho is 118 and South Carolina 113. What did I say? 118. So 131 -82. Maybe? Oh dear, I've done that wrong. 81 -82. 49. Oh, there's letters. Which combination do you use for the blue lock? SC must be South Carolina, right? SC22? Oh, now I'm confused. There's the South Carolina. Oh, there's one red and one blue one. Duh. Okay, South Carolina was -22 and 113. Oh wait, there's arrows on them. I'm making it more maths than it is. It's not a maths puzzle, it's just a look at arrows puzzle. This is the blue lock, the arrow's pointing down, so we need the record low for South Carolina. I'm so sorry that that took me so long. So South Carolina it's SC22. Oops. It opens. You turn your attention to the red lock. Okay, so it's Idaho, which I'm guessing is ID, and the arrow is pointing up, and the record high was 118, I believe. Please be right. The lock opens! Thank goodness. That puzzle took a little bit of time. The lock opens and you slide open the barred door. You and your roommates walk through the doorway and into the locked room. Oh, it looks very inviting. As you enter, the scenery around you begins to melt away and you are once again in a familiar setting. Thank goodness, I did not appreciate being transported to Alcatraz out of nowhere. You've all been transported back to your dorm room. The house prefect is there congratulating you on the excellent job you all did and said your team had the fastest time yet. You and your roommates chat about the different puzzles as you get ready for bed. What a great first night at Hogwarts. Yay! That was awesome! Aw, it was short but sweet. It was a little maths heavy. I feel like the puzzles in escape room type things often are because it's easy puzzles to do. Some of them I tried to make into maths puzzles even though they weren't and therefore got them a bit wrong, but I found that really fun. I think that would be a really cool thing to do as a family or a little group, you know. Thank you very much for watching. If you find anything else interesting and weird and a bit different like this that you think would be cool to try, any fun lockdown games, let me know. Send them my way. Thank you very much for watching and I will see you again soon.